I believe in focus. So you have to be focused. You have to know your clients. You have to know your product and be like the best and what you actually deliver. And you start with this. You gain some traction. You gain users. You start showing and earning in this first product. And only after it is already like on the wheels and just steadily growing, you have some resources to go on the other niche. Turnitin. Turnitin is a company which provided solution for plagiarism detection before AI era. The problem is that when the AI came to the place, they, of course, added kind of AI detection in their own solution. But they're not, so it's a big platform for education and firstly focused on plagiarism detection and education in general. And for them, AI detection is just one of the tools that they provide. And when we compare them with like ourselves or even with competitors like GPTZ, who are focusing only on one thing, like AI detection, and put a lot of efforts into it, the difference in accuracy already become like a risk. I see it as a battle, AI versus AI detectors, and it actually fits into the BitTensor ecosystem really well, because we, from time to time, update our incentive mechanism, include new SOTA LLMs into the validation process so that miners keep their models up to date and evolving with this evolving inside the ecosystem and keep beating the new models that are coming out.
Welcome to the Ventura Labs podcast. Today, we are joined by Sergey of It's AI, Subnet 32. He shares his journey from winning computer science Olympiads to founding It's AI for decentralized AI text detection. Sergey discusses the growing market for detecting AI-generated content, his subnet's miner validator dynamics with text segmentation, industry benchmarking standards, and competitors like GPT-0 and Turnitin. Now, back to Sergey with the 85th Ventura Labs podcast. Okay, Sergey of It's AI, competing for the title of youngest subnet owner. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty fine, man. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. And I say competing for the title, but you are pushing the limits of BitTensor OG now. You guys were here pre-detail. So let's start with how you got into BitTensor.
Yeah, it was actually a long story. It was started more than I think almost 2 years ago. And it was a friend of mine who somewhere on Twitter saw BitTensor and decided like, hey, I think it's a real opportunity here to build something great. And it's appeared that at that moment, I've also, from my side, was looking around into some sort of, my background is pretty technical. I'm actually having, so I have a computer science degree. I have more than 4 years in machine learning stuff. And at the moment when my friend told me about the BitTensor and all this decentralized AI, I was already thinking about making something about AI detection, because it's been already obvious that the problem about like detecting stuff that is AI generated, that is human written, already pretty important. And there are so many tools which after 2 years I can actually say with 100% that it was super right decision to go for it, because the market for AI detection is really huge. And so he just told me about the thing, and I decided that maybe it can be a really great opportunity to like not just build a good enough stuff, but build the best and the best, like using this power of miners of decentralized AI. And we actually started to build it. We found investors from the Cooltech validator, and then we just started. It was a tough beginning, tough continuing, but anyway, we are here. We are like beating benchmarks and getting revenue. One of the few subnets. So I think it really was worth it.
Before we get into the benchmarks and the revenue, you said you have 4 years in machine learning. What were you doing? Was this just studying in university?
No, actually, so before DTAU, my path in programming started with just computer science, and I won several national Olympiads. After that, even some got a bronze medal into international Olympiad in computer science. And after that, I've got really deep into the machine learning. So I worked at the bank field at the beginning. After that, I worked in Singapore for a couple of years. I was leading a department of machine learning where we built AI-driven agents who can real estate agents who can sell properties, who can talk with potential customers and go with them through the sales funnel, so that they can actually book a meeting and be qualified or whatever. So yeah, that was a great experience in natural language processing part of the AI. And so after that, already after a couple workplaces, I already started ITSI, like my own company, and this project on BitTensor. So yeah.
After bouncing around a couple places and then being a manager of a team, I'm sure you had team members significantly older than you that you were managing. How did this feel bouncing around and then landing at BitTensor?
Actually, I always thought about the like casual job as an opportunity to learn more about how the big companies should work. And I think it's a great experience that I actually got was on the second place at Singapore, because it was also more like a startup mode. It was 50 people there. And so we actually got the same issues. It was not me who was handling with all this business parts, but anyway, it was building a product from scratch with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of business pressure, because we have to run fast to beat competitors. And so I think it was really great for me and get me a great background to start my own stuff.
What was your motivation? Why did you become interested in detecting, is this text AI generated or is it human generated? What motivated you to pursue this field?
It's actually a good question, because before ITSI, all things that I did was like pushing AI and using it to not catch AI, but to actually use it and get some some stuff done. But I've noticed that with the rapid growth of large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, and others, there is another big market who is also growing in proportion of this hype of LLMs. But there are so less people who are focusing on it because every big company is building their own like ChatGPT. Google do like Apple, all of them. But when it comes to AI detection, there are several competitors, strong competitors. Anyway, they should be. But the market there is growing in proportion of this like LLM hype, and the quality that we can provide. I think, especially 2 years ago when we were only starting, the quality of the competitors were just so poor that we decided that there is no chance we cannot win this race. And of course, they are also evolving during the time. But the answer is it's a great market which is growing and where we can see not so I also find some of my own mission here because you're like fighting with AI slope and making the world around you a little more authentic. So I think it's great stuff, not just in the vision of like business potential, but also in some ideas that you have.
Which of the models is the hardest to detect?
It's a good question. It depends on the like miners and etc. I think the key here is that anyway models are keeping and becoming more and more like professional and better. And each couple times, couple months, there are new SOTA models that actually harder to detect, but. I see it as a battle, AI versus AI detectors, and it actually fits into the BitTensor ecosystem really well, because we, from time to time, update our incentive mechanism, include new SOTA LLMs into the validation process, so that miners keep their models up to date and evolving with this evolving inside the ecosystem and keep beating the new models that are coming out. So I think the BitTensor here is a really great tool to make this possible to win in this infinite game.
Talk me through what you have built here on BitTensor to leverage in this battle of detecting AI. How is your miner validator set up?
Yeah. So we have actually, so there are miners, there are validators. The task of miner is to predict whether the text is AI generated or not, and not just predict overall just one score for the text, but give the segmentation of what part of the text is AI generated, what is human written. From the validator side, there are actually two type of text. First one is a human written, where we just take a random text from the overall internet that was pre-AI, and we are 100% sure that it is human written. On another hand, we have a lot of LLMs that we use to generate some completions. And then we ask miners to predict whether the text is AI generated, whether it's human written. And we also have some samples of mixed where it's human plus AI, AI plus human, so that they have to build a great segmentation model or solution, whatever they build, to accurately predict what part of the text is AI generated, what part is human written. And after that, validator just it knows the answers, so it can easily give you an objective like score for the miner, how accurate it is, and then use it to incentivize them.
Do you guys plan on adding any other dimensions to this contest, like saying which model created this if it is AI generated?
Actually, so what we've done in the past is that we've moved from the just classification to the segmentation, because we see it as an important step for our like users. It's really important information for them. As for what exactly model wrote it, I think it's not that important for the end user. It's anyway like AI generated, and I'm not sure that we are going to go there. We prefer to focus more on like just the quality of predicting, because nobody from the users that we've talked to actually asked us to add something like this, because it's not really important for them. As far as I see, they just know that it's it's AI generated. Okay, we can like deal with it. It's human written, fine, but how AI generated was it? It's already not that important.
And what is most important to your users? Is it just purely, is this AI, yes or no?
I think there is two main things here. First of all is, of course, the quality of the solution, because there are the problem that we've actually faced with is that there are a lot of AI detectors outside on the market, which are really poor in terms of quality. So there are some good competitors, which of course have their like piece of market and etc. and really deserve to be there. But there are also a lot of really solutions that kind of not working, and there is even an opinion in education and in general that AI detection is something really hard and it's not like even possible. So the first and one of the most important is, of course, the quality with which you can detect what is it AI generated in general, what part of it is AI generated if we're talking about segmentation, and that's the first one. The second one, I think, is the convenience of the usage of your product. It's like UI, UX, how you handle users' behavior, and whether it's for them easy to use your tool, and they can easily understand and interpret your results. Because, for example, we've added some features that are specifically designed for educational segment. Like you can scan your documents right from the Moodle LMS. So if you have like a school and you have some solutions, some submissions from the students inside your learning management system, for example, it is based on Moodle, you can just add our plugin there and see right inside your platform whether it's AI generated, whether it's not, what is like AI presence analysis and all of the stuff right inside your platform. And I think the second part here is how convenient for them to use it, whether it's on the UI UX on the website, whether it's some integrations that you build and that you offer to them. So that's the two things.
And what are the current product offerings you guys currently have that people can go right now and pay for to use?
Yeah, so it's actually a simple SaaS model. You are charged per month for the subscription. We have B2C subscriptions where teachers, students, writers, whoever actually want us, pay for some small package, for example, $12 per month, and they receive a big amount of words to scan, which they can use for their own purposes. We have a plan for like developers or small enterprise, as we call them. It's when we provide also API so that you can actually score some text on your own, integrate it inside your application or whatever. And the third plan for enterprise solutions, it's already focused on educational segment, because AI detection is mostly about education. At least we currently see this. And here you just you buy a license per year as an institution, like as a university, as a school, and you pay in depending of amount of students that you have. So it's like $5 per student per year, and we give you unlimited access for teachers, for all of your teachers, to the platform. But it just depends on the amount of students that you have.
And in terms of benchmarking for evaluating performance, what are the gold standards of this industry of this is the benchmark that matters?
Yeah, there are actually many benchmarks out there, and they keep actually appearing during the time, because there are some scientists that think about different types of how they generate, what models they use to generate these samples and for evaluation, and what human samples they actually gather. The ones that there are a couple ones that we rely on. The first one is MGTT benchmark. The key factor of this benchmark is that it is not just one of the many other like benchmarks to score on. It's an aggregation of like 15 academia known benchmarks from all of this field. And so they just collected it in one table, added their own data set, and scored several detectors. So when you look at the MGTT benchmark, it's not already just one particular benchmark. It's an aggregation of all the available data sets that were there until this autumn. And they collected them, they scored the detectors on them, and that's the one that we rely on the most because it is the biggest and most robust of them. And we are currently number one according to this benchmark. It was published on the World Journal of Science and Technology, and pretty big one. So that's the first one. The other one is that we used for evaluation before MGTT benchmark was RAID. Also a big, also good, great work. It's not already an aggregation, it's just an independent benchmark, but they have a lot of models, a lot of different attacks and etc. that are actually that were there about a year ago, so it's already a bit outdated, but anyway. And we use this benchmark for evaluation before MGTTD came out because it was the biggest available on the market. So on the right, we currently have around 98.4% accuracy. And also pretty in the top on the MGTT one, we are like number one.
On the RAID RAID benchmark.
Yeah.
GPT-0 is one of your closed source competitors. They're reported to have a 99% accuracy on this benchmark. What is your guys' accuracy on a benchmark like that?
Yeah, so if we go to the official leaderboard of the RAID, as for now, they have 98.4% accuracy. We have 98.3% accuracy. So we are pretty the same on the RAID one. And we are beating them on the MGTT on the couple percents. So it just depends what benchmark you put on your website, of course, because GPT-0 wants to put a benchmark that they are getting the highest numbers and scores. And it's like their choice because they actually really have a solid solution and good on RAID benchmark. But the thing is, MGTTD1, it includes RAID as one of the data sets. So actually RAID is included into MGTTD1. And when you look at this, you get a more complete picture. So technically speaking, we are better than GPT-0 if we look on a wider range of data sets. But on the particular one, RAID, we are just the same.
When you guys are that close, where it's a 0.1% difference in accuracy, how do you convince users to switch over to use its AI instead of something like a GPT-0?
Yeah, it's actually the question that we are still working on because it's already not about. So we offer a great solution, and sometimes the accuracy is really the key point. So especially when you talk with businesses, with schools, this plus 1%, plus 0.1%, it can be actually important for them. But the other thing is the amount of like integrations, amount of like bucks that you charge them, and the one that we decided to focus on as for now in terms of B2B. So just a picture. There are two types of users. B2C, we are working on SEO, we are gathering new clients and new subscribers. It's more about UI. It's accuracy, UI, and how they feel on the platform, and pricing, of course. When we talk about B2B, it's another game. You have to be there, you have to speak with people. And we've recently added a full Arabic support on the technical side and on the website. And we have a company in UAE, it's Technologies. And so we decided to go. So MENA is a big market, Arabic, and we decided that while we are still there and we can actually reach and go to these schools and universities, why not to do it? So we've been on the sprint of the conferences in this November. It was like 5 of them in the Middle East, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, mostly about education, where we like networking and speaking with people from the industry. And we agreed on 2 pilots with private schools in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So one of them is recently started, another one is a little bit delayed, but I hope it will start soon. So that's how we can actually beat the GPT-0. We can be closer and localizing if we're talking about B2B. And in terms of B2C, just greater UI, great technical stuff, and a good pricing. So that's it.
In terms of competitors like Turnitin that have 15,000 institutional clients, do you envision getting to that scale? How do you compete at that level? Or is that not what you guys are aiming for?
Yeah, it's a good question because let me just put a little context for the guys who are listening to us. Turnitin. Turnitin is a company who which provided solutions for plagiarism detection before AI era. And it was really popular. Like almost all universities and some schools used it, and it was like the criteria of the final exams that you pass the Turnitin, and so they were integrated into like 80+% educational institutions. The problem is that when the AI came to the place, they, of course, added kind of AI detection in their own solution. But they're not, so it's a big platform for education, and firstly focused on plagiarism detection and education in general. And for them, AI detection is just one of the tools that they provide. And when we compare them with like ourselves or even with competitors like GPT-0, who are focusing only on one thing, like AI detection, and put a lot of effort into it, the difference in accuracy already become like reasonable. You can really see it. And Turnitin is not, so they even restrict scientists to evaluate the models, so they do not give access to paper authors to evaluate, because they do not want to share the like truly result of accuracy. And the thing is, so when we want to compete with Turnitin, we are focusing on the accuracy because they're not really good at it. It's not their main focus, AI detection. And when we compete with GPT-0 and other competitors who can provide a good enough quality, in addition to that, we also have to focus on the UI, the integrations, etc., etc.
For subnet design, we've seen a lot of these prediction type of subnets become open source to where they create code and the code is then evaluated on benchmarks and that code is open source. Do you ever envision going to a model like that with the subnet?
We actually thought about it, but I'm actually not really see how does it fit into our business model, because if you open source, so the key thing here in our product is the technology. Of course, we can have an integrations, UI, and good SEO for the traffic, but the key thing underneath of all of it is an AI detection, and it is provided by miners. And so if we open source the solution that is number one on the market, then I do not see any reason for our competitors to just not copy paste it and maybe not use full of it, but at least whether get some ideas or whether just combine it, integrate it as one of the model into their own pipeline and beat us in terms of accuracy. So I do not see why can it be reasonable from the business perspective to open source technical part that is the most important thing of your product. So yeah, we are not going, at least as for now, into it mode.
Is there ever a future where you guys end up just approaching Turnitin.com and you go, hey, you have all these clients, we have a better solution, you should acquire us, or we should become part of you?
Actually, it is one of the way, because I think that we need to get a little bit more scale to be visible for Turnitin and for other potential buyers. So as for now, we're just focusing on acquiring clients, getting revenue, and becoming an independent company who has a lot of clients and etc. But after that moment, when we already got some scale, I think it can be a potential outcome, because Turnitin, they anyway have a lot of resources, and from one side can offer a lot of valuation to the company. From the other side, they understand how to scale it, and it can be really easy for them to integrate this technology on all of these hundreds and thousands of institutions. So yeah, it may be so as the end of the journey, but it's not on the path as for now, because as for now we have to grow, get some clients, get universities, show that we are solid, that we are worth considering, and etc. And after that, we can of course start talking about all this stuff.
All right, Sergey, I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
And that is, you have a subnet in a very specialized niche, and you have stuck to that specialized niche throughout the entirety of your subnet. What advice do you have for subnet owners or prospective subnet owners that are thinking about starting a subnet, and they are thinking, I am too niche. This is too niche. Maybe I got to be more broad. What advice do you have for them?
I actually, it's interesting because I even talked with Const about it on the calls we had. And I have a little different opinion from maybe some people inside the ecosystem. I believe in focus. So you have to be focused. You have to know your clients. You have to know your product and be the best and what you actually deliver. And you start with this, you gain some traction, you gain users, you start showing and earning in this first product. And only after it is already like on the wheels and just steadily growing, you have some resources to go on the other niche, you can consider other like other more broader or just independent niches. It is actually one of the reasons why we weren't doing image detection, video detection, and other kind of detection from our side, because I see it as a really different products with 100% different segment audience and users that actually use it. Because for text detection, it's mostly education, teachers, students, and some journalists that write stuff. For image detection, it can be more about fraud detection in some bank systems and something depending on security. So it is really important, at least from my point of view, to be focused on the one thing, be the best at it, and deliver the highest possible quality in it. And only after you already achieve all the possible, like, you at least it is not requiring a lot of your personal focus and attention and just going pretty well all the time, you can start doing something else. But anyway, if you lose your focus, you can lose your advantage and start to be start to lose to your competitors, so who are not losing the focus. And so I'm gonna be the one who is not losing it and who is actually uh, beating it 1 point. In our case, it's text AI detection to become the like leader in this industry.
Sergey, it's been a pleasure having you on the podcast today, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was really nice talking to you and appreciate the opportunity.